Hello, my name is Rachel, and I'm here to tell you about a few exciting releases coming out July 12th, 2016. First up, I have two books that actually kind of sound a little similar. They're both very character-driven, and they're both set around the Italian coast. I think one is set on an island off the Italian coast, and the other is set in Sicily. So very, very close, and I just love that region, so I'm in the mood to read both of these. And again, they're both very character-driven. The first one is Coosa. This is by Delia Ephron. It's an adult fiction. I believe it's going to be contemporary and possibly somewhat of a mystery psychological thriller. All I know is that this is centered around two families who are vacationing together, and that the husband of one relationship and the wife of the other relationship used to be lovers. I don't know if they still are, but I know they used to be. And obviously drama will ensue with this kind of, chemistry, especially trapped kind of vacationing together. This is very character driven. I believe that's more the intent of this than the plot, but I could be wrong. And this does have alternate narration. So each chapter is narrated by a different character in the scenario. So each of the characters has their voice presented throughout the book. The other book that sounds, again, kind of similar is called The House at the Edge of Night, and this is by Katherine Banner, another adult fiction, contemporary literary fiction. This one, again, is very character-driven, much more focused on the characters than the plot, but this one focuses all four generations that have been living on this island off the coast of Italy for the span of time for four generations and how they all interact, and just really about the different members of this family. So both of those sound interesting. I am so excited about the books being from this, Italian coast area. That just sounds like perfect settings for summer reads. Next up is All Is Not Forgotten by Wendy Walker, and I am so excited to read this one. I have a physical arc of this one, and I'm hoping to get to it before it comes out because I'm actually pre-filming this video, so hopefully I get to it soon. I am very excited for it. This is an adult thriller, and it's about a girl who is attacked at a party and raped, and when she goes to the hospital, they give her a pill that is supposed to make her forget about this attack, and I guess try to help her move on. And it really is about the emotions that remain behind even after she's forgotten the details of this attack, and how her family and how she and the rest of the community deal with such a violent attack in their community that they thought was really safe. I found out two things when I read through some of the reviews. One is that it is pretty graphic, so a lot of people put trigger warnings in there. They said, if you're already suffering from some sort of trauma, you might want to steer away from this, so be warned that it could be extremely graphic. I also read in one comment that the idea of this book was actually based on a real medication that is being tested with soldiers returning with PTSD to try to help them forget what they have encountered to help with their emotions. So I thought that was a very interesting twist on this idea for this book as well. So that again is All Is Not Forgotten, and I'm so excited to read this one. Next up is 9 Women, One Dress by Jane L. Rosen. This is an adult contemporary, and just based on the description, I immediately thought this sounds like Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants for adults, and several people actually had made that comment as I read down through the reviews, and that really was so interesting that several people thought this. But basically it's a story of 9, I think, related women. Yeah, 9 women, 1 dress, so that would mean 9 women. 9 women who all have experiences with this same little black dress that's coming out now. I don't think it's literally the same dress like it is in Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, but they've all come into contact with this dress, and they all wear it, I think, to different occasions, and it just kind of follows their experiences in this dress. I don't know if the women meet up, or if it's just like a series of short stories, or if it all just connects with the dress. I'm not really sure, but it still sounds really interesting, and again, I love the cover. I think it's going to be a really cute contemporary for summer. Next up is another one that I absolutely love this cover. That is what drew me to this originally, and oh my gosh, it's such a pretty cover. It's called Dancing with the Tiger by Lily Wright. This is an adult thriller, and from what I can tell, there are 2 really cool things about this book besides the cover and the title. It seems like this is going to be kind of like a treasure hunt, kind of. All of these characters are kind of up against each other as they try to locate this mask that was found by a hobo. It was some ancient mask that has a very important historical and artistic value. And I think it also really kind of has a deep message with the idea of a mask. Like, what is the purpose of a mask throughout all these different cultures, and do you have the strength to kind of come out from under your mask? And I just think that underlying idea of the importance of masks and the relevance is really interesting, and I'm excited for this one. I think it's going to be a really good read. Next up is The Season by Jonah Lisa Dyer, and this is a young adult contemporary, and I believe this is going to be about a kind of a tomboy who is really into soccer, and her mother enters her into the debutante season. So she really is doing like a 180 and trying to learn to be girly, and it's just not working out well. And, you know, it's drama. There's other girls that she has conflict with, and just the trouble of, you know, heels and dresses and things. And one of the reviews said it was very, like, Pride and Prejudice-y. I'm not sure how I see that tie in, but that has me sold right there. Any Pride and Prejudice retelling, especially in a YA setting, I'm going to be game for. So I am definitely going to look into this one. And lastly, another one that I'm really excited for, I'm definitely considering adding this to our school library, and that is Song of the Deep by Brian Hastings. This is a juvenile fantasy book, and it follows the story of a girl whose father is a fisherman, and he goes out during the day, and he always comes back, and he tells her all these, you know, fantastical stories of his adventures at sea, but one day he goes out and he doesn't come back. So the girl builds a little tiny submarine and goes out in the ocean in search of her father, and she encounters all these fantastic sea creatures that he's been telling her about all these years. And it just sounds like such a wonderful, imaginative journey. I think kids would really, really like this, so I'm looking forward to that. So those are the releases I'm excited for coming out on July 12th. If you plan on reading any of these after this review, please let me know down below. I'd love to hear about it. And if you know of any releases that you'd like to share, go ahead and post those down below as well. If you like this video, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't yet, you can subscribe to my channel to be notified when I post new videos, and you can follow me on all social media at Rachel Fryman. And that is all I have for you today, so thank you for watching. Try not to spend all of your money on books. I will see you again with another video soon. Bye for now.